Yo, what's up? Welcome back. If you've been here before, if you're new, my name is John. Who am I? I am a business owner. I own a media business. I focus primarily on digital marketing. I am a filmmaker. I make a lot of branding videos for clients. This is my second year in business, and oh man, things are crazy. 2020, what a year to start a business. Am I right?
Yeah, look at this wonderful woman who just told me to go F myself and mind my own effing business, who just bought the entire store of paper towels, toilet paper, so that nobody else can have any.
What I try to focus on here is mindsets around business development, around your relationships, around your relationship with your phone, all these things that I think have the potential to make your life either super amazing or be super detrimental. I was in a super dark place before I started my business, before I started this YouTube thing, and I got out of it with the help of a lot of people sitting and talking to cameras just like I'm doing now. So that's what I'm doing here. Oh boy, where do I start? Okay, so almost ruining vacations with my family. Definitely probably ruined some of them for myself and almost ruined them for the people around me. So 3-ish years ago, I made a video on like Wondershare Filmora where I was clapping my hands and I was transporting from one place to another. And then it occurred to me, oh yeah, you took video editing classes in high school, you hate your job, maybe you can do that with your life. Then my fiance started making a lot of money at work. We have 2 kids. She's like, you should quit your job because you work weekends. So go out in the world and try to make something for yourself or take care of the kids. We'll figure it out. And oh boy, that lack of like knowing my purpose definitely sent me into a downward spiral, which led me to the dark place, to the cave, and to ultimately sitting here talking to you, feeling pretty good, still wildly unsure of what's going on, but with enough confidence to know that almost no one knows what's going on, and the people that know, they're just making educated guesses, and people that say they for sure know are usually either delusional people or sociopaths. So have your pick. After I made clappy hand awful video, it's so hard to watch, but I'm also like proud of myself for going from that to like making the branding videos that I do for people now. Huge improvement, right? But after I made the clappy hand video, my soon-to-be wife saw that I was doing this stuff and she's like, come into my office, make a video for us. That filled me with enough confidence that I put my first DSLR, this guy, the Rebel 2.6i. I put this guy on a credit card. I didn't have the money for it, but I did it. So here I am with this camera, put on a credit card, and now I wanted to be a professional. I still feel weird calling myself a professional, even though I now make money with cameras, which by definition makes me a professional. It still feels weird. I still think I have no idea what's going on. And I had a near panic attack yesterday trying to write the script for this video, which led to me writing down a few notes and just sitting here talking to you because I know that there is some kind of value inside of me and there is a desire to connect with someone on the other side of the lens. And if you're in a place and you're lost and you're trying to figure out what to do with your life, I just want you to know that you overthinking isn't doing you any good. And I can't tell you to stop overthinking. You can't tell yourself to stop overthinking. But you can develop tools and you can acquire tools for a positive mindset along the way. And after time, I promise you, if you keep working and you don't quit, things will get better. All right, so back to this concept of trying to make it. Like I said, my fiance is doing very well. We're able to go on a few vacations a year, and it's amazing. It's the most amazing thing. But up until about a year ago, so 3 years ago I got the camera, up until about a year and a half ago, every vacation we took, every trip we took, I saw that as an opportunity, and I feel so silly admitting this, but if I'm vulnerable to you, it helps me, but I think it may help you, right? So I'll just say it out loud. I had this concept, or like this, I had this thought in my brain that I was going to go on vacation and make some banging content that like was going to go viral, that I was gonna get some Instagram bangers and all this stuff. And I put all this pressure on myself every time I went on vacation with my family to make the most epic piece of thing ever. Even though I was going on vacation with my family, I thought that like that was the opportunity. And looking back, I guess I wouldn't have known. Like, I was so consumed in my head about trying to change my life and trying to use this tool to make money. I was like, I had to do it. There was a period where I thought I would not make a single cent with my camera. And then I made some money, and then that felt good. And then it felt bad again. It was this like insane cycle, this like beating myself up, feeling good, doing something that should feel good, but then telling myself it wasn't that good, and blah, 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 blah. It's a vicious cycle. So I would go on these family vacations, and like I couldn't be in the moment. I was so worried, thinking that I was missing some opportunity back home. I was worried that the photos I was taking weren't good enough and all this. And honestly, when I look back at some of these like vacation photos, and I was like, I remember being so like out of my mind thinking that they sucked so bad. And honestly, they're not like National Geographic award-winning photos, but they're not bad. And they're memories. And that's what photos are for. Before I tried to make it as a photographer or a filmmaker, before I started making money with cameras, I just thoroughly enjoyed documenting my life. When I had a son, one of my first thoughts was to get like a digital camera from Walmart to like capture his first footstep.
And there you do it. Go on, take a few first steps.
It was so much easier when I had no expectation or nothing to compare myself to, when I had no idea of like making it. I know I'm kind of like all over the place. I don't know how this is gonna come out in an edit, but a year ago, last summer, we had gone to a Airbnb in Michigan. I got some drone videos of the place when we got there during sunset. It looked great, it was fun. It was all fine, well and good. And then the kids, we laid them down to go to sleep. Alexis, my fiance, and I, we went outside to the dock, and I just got like, I'd upgraded a camera finally. Like I had a client sign a contract, and I got enough money to buy a new camera, and I wanted to practice with it. I took the camera, pointed it to the sky, and I'm not a astrophotographer, but I do like to take the occasional long exposure shot, and I had a new camera, so I was like taking photos of the stars. And then my kids walked outside. And for a second, I was like really frustrated because they were ruining my chance to like make these photos, to take these photos. But I don't know what had happened. Like I think that like part of it was practicing and showing up and starting to slowly get paid for my work. And I think another huge part of it is the support of my loving, amazing fiance. And then beyond that, like I was doing self-care, I was running more, I was eating like garbage and still drinking. But I was like meditating more, and whatever happened, when my kids walked out, I took the camera and I was like, all right, this is not the time for this. And I treated the children like they're my subjects, and I started taking photos of them and teaching them about the camera. And I didn't teach them about what ISO or what shutter or the 30-second exposure stuff that I was doing. I just had them stand in place, and then I took long exposure photos, and I'd shine a light on them, and I'd shine it between them, and I picked up like a torch off the ground, and I was like shining it up and down, making these like abstract pieces of long exposure light painting with my kids. And they, to this day, still talk about the time they went outside and we took these like photos. The very next morning, after the light painting photo session, I gave my son, my stepdaughter, let them use my camera. I gave them each their own SD card, their own battery and a charger. And my son started taking a lot of photos, and some of them came out pretty well. And they're some of my favorite photos I've ever seen, and it's because of sentimental attachment to them. But that's the most important thing. It's honestly, truly amazing. And when I said that they ruined the thing the night before, like, that was a thought I had for a second. I didn't react to it, but I was so in my head all the time about not being enough. And then at some point, I started using this, like, not like a mantra, but I had like a checklist in my head of, okay, John, what is enough for you? And it's like your family and your fiance is happy. You guys have food and you have shelter, right? And you're gonna go to sleep somewhere, and you can wake up the next day and get back to whatever it is, whether it's vacation or work. Do you have enough? Yes, I have enough. I have more than enough. And then gratitude comes in. And then over time, slowly reminding myself that I have enough. I actually have more than enough. doing this exercise over and over again started to allow me to have the space to like be present and be in the moment. Give yourself some leeway. Give yourself some grace. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. I love you guys. Thank you for being here, and I hope this helps someone. If you think it would or could help someone, maybe share this video with them, or hit the like button on this video so that way this message can get put up in the faces of other people here on YouTube. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.